you lived your life in a bubble, literally a bubble of information, a bubble of perception, and someone's come along without any warning and popped the bloody thing. And suddenly everything that was outside the bubble was pouring in. So my mind is absolutely awash with information, concepts, insights. What the hell's going on? A chaotic mass of information and thought and everything. You say to people, who are you? That you say, well, I'm Bill, I come from Manchester and I drive a bus. No, that's what you're experiencing. Bill is the name of your current experience. What you are is consciousness having that experience. These are not who we are. They are experiences that our consciousness is having, our awareness is having. And once you start self-identifying with the label, you start looking at yourself in terms of little me. I am my label. I am Ethel who works on the checkout at Tesco. That's all I am. No, you are an expression of infinite awareness having an experience called Ethel on the checkout. And this might seem like esoteric navel gazing, but it's not. It's a totally different way of interacting with the world, and it's a total different way of self-identifying yourself. Because when you say I am are, and the labels then follow, you are self-identifying with limitation. You're self-identifying, I am my experience. And if I'm born in Leicester in a working class council house, then that defines me. That's who I am. No, that's just where you were born. Mm. You have the potential to be whatever you want to be and whatever you choose to be. But what we've got now is a massive extension even of that, whereby your label is everything. Not only are people defining themselves by the labels, the world is increasingly defining them more than ever before by them. And this is where what we call today identity politics comes from, where it's not about what is right or fair or just, which is surely the way to look at anything. It's how does this affect my label? So people are constantly judging the world by how it affects their label, instead of saying, well, hold on a minute, never mind all that. Is it right? Is it fair? Is it just? No matter what label we're talking about, is it fair? Is it just? Is it right? And so what you have is a situation where we have developed this belief among increasing numbers of people, particularly young people through the universities and colleges, whereby you judge everyone by a group, and then you tag the group whether it's good or not good. So therefore, instead of seeing a world of individuals with individual thoughts, opinions, observations, you judge everyone by a group. All these things are within us, and experience brings them out. And if you don't have experience, often they don't come out. What we've been developing is a population of emotionally weak people who perceive themselves in terms of victims. When you have challenges in life and you meet them, it brings something out of you. If you said to me, who are you? I would say, I am awareness. I am a state of being aware. Forget the body, forget everything. In my base form, I am a state of awareness. I am a point of attention within an infinite stream of awareness. And you are a point of attention in the same stream of awareness, and so's everybody else. When people leave the body, they've got no eyes, but they can still see. They've got no brain, but they can still think. It's because they are consciousness, and consciousness has the ability to hear, think, everything. But what the body does, you think of consciousness. Consciousness does not, if you like, vibrate. It's not within the frequency band of this reality we're experiencing. So it's like Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3 or 4 are all sharing the same space, but they don't interfere with each other. Why? Because they're not on the same frequency. So consciousness is not in the range of frequency that we are directly experiencing in what we call the physical world. So to experience this band of frequency, this reality, our consciousness takes on what we call an external form, which is operating within the frequency band of this world. Remember that you are what you are. And what you are now can be something else whenever you choose to become the totality of what you are instead of the little me that you think you are. But if you look at it, the people who are abusing you, who are telling you you're not good enough, well, who the hell are they? Who are they? Who are they? Why do they matter? What the hell does it matter what they think about you? What does it matter? Oh, that person doesn't like you and gives you a hard time. Well, go and find someone else then. Stop interacting with them. Go find some other people to interact with. Who are these people? Why are you allowing your life to be dictated by the opinions of other people? You are unique. So why are you worried about what they think? Why are you even worried, if you get it down to real basics, what your parents think of you? Because you are what you are. For me, the greatest gift you can give to your kids is to allow them to be what they are, to allow them to go in the direction that they feel to go into, instead of dictating to them the direction their life should take. Oh, you can't do that, or you can't do that, or what will the neighbors think? I mean, what will the neighbors think? Who cares? Let them think what they like. It doesn't matter. And I'll tell you from experience, it really doesn't matter what people say about you, what people do about you, what people think about you, so long as you don't care. Once you care about what other people think about you, they have control of your life. That'll be the frickin' day. We're all individual expressions of the same consciousness, just having different experiences. And we should start supporting each other and seeing us all as one consciousness having different experiences, instead of self-identifying with all these bloody labels. Self-identifying with labels. Stop saying that's who I am. No, that's what you're experiencing. What you are is the awareness, the eternal state of awareness that is having the experience. And if you come from that point of view, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune and outrageous abuse and Twitter storms are like, and? But if you identify with the labels, it becomes massive, it becomes all-encompassing. The world is controlled and humanity is controlled and controls itself and creates the very ground for which divide and rule is possible, which allows the few to control the many, through its obsession with labels. When you're in a world, a programmed world with such narrow programmed perceptions of reality, if you stray beyond that, you're going to get laughed at, you're going to get ridiculed, you're going to get abused. So what? It doesn't matter. It only matters if you think it matters. If you have a population that is living a reality which actually doesn't exist, but they experience it as if it does, you've already put them in a cul-de-sac of perception. And that's where you want them. If the few are going to control the many, you can't have an enlightened population. You've got to have an ignorant population that believes in things that aren't real. We are seeing now, daily, freedom of speech and censorship being increased and increased and increased towards that desired outcome of deleting all information that the authorities don't want people to see. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech, the freedom to speak. It's not freedom to speak what is acceptable, it's the freedom to speak. And once anyone is censored, freedom of speech is dead, because what's left is only what is acceptable to speak, and that's not freedom of speech. And then what they've done, and what they're doing all the time, is squeezing that acceptability, so freedom of speech gets narrower and narrower until it disappears altogether. And so what we have is a situation where if people are allowed to say and communicate whatever they want, that is a situation where no authority in any form has the power to decide what people see and hear.